Salmon are some of the most amazing animals in British Columbia. If you think about it, you have thousands of these tiny pink eggs being laid in the gravel every year. Those eggs hatch, these salmon make their way downriver to the estuary, to the ocean. They grow into these beautiful creatures, but only a handful of them ever make it back. So our objective here is to understand what are the obstacles, where is mortality occurring, and what can we do about it? Hi, I'm Sam James. I'm one of the program managers for the Bottlenecks to Survival program. This is a partnership between the Pacific Salmon Foundation and the BC Conservation Foundation. When we talk about bottlenecks, we're talking about where are salmon facing the greatest challenges or obstacles. So we want to know, where are these fish going? Where do we see the numbers really drop off across their life cycle? And what are some of the drivers of that mortality? To do this, we are tagging salmon using the same sort of technology that you would use to tag your dog or the chip in your credit card that allows you to track an individual from when it's released to when it comes back to spawn. So we can tag salmon in the river, when they first enter the ocean, and over their first marine winter when they're still resident in the Strait of Georgia. The survivors will return back to their home streams to spawn, and we have an array across the river so that when these fish swim over, that tag that these volunteers put in them years prior sends off a signal and says, hey, here I am, I'm back, and we have all the information about those fish, where they were caught, where they were tagged. We are looking at salmon all across the east coast of Vancouver Island, from Goldstream River along the south coast up to the Quinsam River. This is a huge area, and we're putting out thousands of tags every year. We're also a small crew, and so we can only be in so many places at once, which is where having volunteer anglers is really, really valuable to the program.
Volunteers for the Bottlenecks project go out, utilize microtrolling technique in their recreational fishing boats to sample young of the year Chinook and to tag them for the Bottlenecks program.
The volunteer anglers are really making a difference to this program. It's something that we could not do without them, and having their expertise, their lifetime experience out on the water, and their knowledge of the fish really adds additional information to the program.
One of our lead volunteers is Gary Horncastle. He's a retired fisheries technician with the province and conservation officer. He's been working with the BC Conservation Foundation for over a decade, sampling, snorkeling, and tagging salmon.
I feel good about being involved. I enjoy working with the BCCF staff, and we're quite productive when we're out there, and it's really interesting to be involved in the program and yeah, just be connected to some of the scientific things that are going on, and anything I can do to help, I'm happy to do.
One of our other lead volunteers is Rick Hakkinen. He's a fishing guide out of Campbell River. Rick has come onto the program in 2020. He was one of the original volunteers for the Bottlenecks program. And Rick goes out with him and his wife Sharma, and they fish around Quadra Island all winter long and put in large and long days.
I'm very interested in the salmon just to learn more about them and help understand where salmon go.
If you want to be a part of the Bottlenecks program as a volunteer, please give us a call or send an email to the address below.
It's just like real fishing. Well, it is real fishing.